So we're going to do the stalks and the stems and the heads separately. I mean, we're going to blanch them together, but we're going to drop these in and then we're going to...
I was like, dang, you're fancy.
Hi, baby.
Part 3.
Part 3 of vegetables.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I need more wine.
Yes. Welcome back to Deuber Table, Part 3 of vegetables. Part 1, we did a bunch of things with tomatoes. And Part 2, we made some red pepper sauces. So a red pepper coulis and an orange pepper, kind of a fancy version of that with butter. And it's really, really good.
Really good.
And we also made some that we can use as garnish. So now we're gonna work with green vegetables.
Yay!
And they didn't have a lot of green vegetables today, but they had some beautiful baby broccoli. And we're gonna make some basil oil, and we've done that once before, but we're gonna do that. So anything that's green, that's raw, and you wanna cook it, you wanna blanch it, and then you wanna shock it in ice water.
How long do we blanch the basil?
So we are gonna blanch those for about 3 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you want to set a timer?
Sure.
So basil oil is really great because you can use it with lots of different things, and it makes everything prettier.
So why do we want to shock it in ice water?
So that it doesn't continue to cook. Like our parents used to make vegetables, and they would continue to cook. Once they took them out of the oven or out of the boiling water, they would just set them there, and then they continue to cook, and they get mushy.
And what happens to their color?
And they don't stay green.
And so we want them to be bright green. That looks prettier, doesn't it?
Yes. So tell us what you use basil oil for.
Well, I use it as an accompaniment, as a condiment. Like people put ketchup on hamburgers, I put basil oil on a plate of pasta.
He does. And it's really pretty.
It's really pretty. And you can buy basil oil in the supermarket.
You can?
Yeah, but the stuff you make at home tastes better. So, and then we have our baby broccoli, and I like to cut these in half. So we're gonna do the stalks and the stems and the heads separately. I mean, we're gonna blanch them together, but we're gonna drop these in and then we're gonna...
I was like, dang, you're fancy.
Okay, truth be told, usually I throw these away.
Oh, I like to eat them.
Well,
and Zuri does too. So I'm taking the basil out and putting it directly into ice water.
okay, now I'm gonna do our broccolini now. So I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna use the same water. So I'm gonna drop the stalks in there. And I'm gonna set that again for 2.5 minutes.
So it's like an easy thing that all of us can do. Blanch broccolini. Boiling water, 2.5 minutes, ice
So
water.
I'm gonna take my dried basil and I'm gonna, let's chop it up first. So the basil oil, I put the basil back in the blender, and I'm gonna cover that with a liberal amount of olive oil. And we are gonna go ahead and run that.
Those are good. And see how they say so bright green? Vegetables should be, if they're green, they should stay green.
All right, so we got the broccolini back.
In the ice water.
Let's get some paper towels. And we blended our basil. It looks so beautiful. And it's bright green. And I'm gonna pour this into a strainer. It's like a paste. The oil is gonna run out of it.
Just like the tomato water is doing.
So there we've got basil oil going. Look how beautifully green they are.
No.
We're gonna salt this right now.
So good. Yummy.
So I think we can make them prettier if we kind of chop them into small, bite-sized pieces.
There's a bug in here. The stems.
Well, babe, who wants to eat a whole stem? Now you can pick it up.
I just ate 3.
Well, you're special. Let's look at some things that we could do with this.
Okay.
We could eat this. We don't have to cook this anymore. It's cooked ready. We could eat this cold. We could just make a cold salad. And we can make a little, sauce with that. And we can put some stalks in there. A piece of broccolini, or 2. Maybe some of the bell pepper. Oh, maybe you want to put some of these tomatoes in it.
I'm a big fan of vegetables, so this is my kind of dish.
That's a beautiful little salad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another thing we can do, we can
reheat this in what they call a fermenté.
And Vermonte is amazing.
Fermenté is a little bit of water in a pan until it gets hot, and then we're gonna make a slurry with butter. You're gonna start adding butter to this, and you're just gonna swirl it around until it melts. I like garlic with this, so we're gonna add a little garlic to that. So I added maybe half a teaspoon of garlic. And then we're gonna put our broccolini in there, and we're just gonna let it reheat. Let's bring that one over here. Maybe we'll put the broccoli on the plate first. Let's do 2. And
Or you can just like eat.
was this complicated or simple?
No, it's simple.
Okay.
I think, I come from the, school of just make it and eat it, but you're more about
I'm a plastic
presentation, right?
So the aesthetics matter.
Yeah. I eat to live and you live to eat. It's the difference. This sauce is my favorite. So this is the orange bell pepper sauce.
Maybe a little lemon zest would be nice too.
You love that zest very much.
I do.
Finally got your gift to make.
I don't really like it sauce. A little lemon zest.
Lemon zest is so good.
Or here's even another accompaniment that we can add. Here's some balsamic reduction. We can put on one of these. It'll sweeten it up a little more.
You can use your...
Yes. So you can put on this one some basil oil.
Pretty. Vegetables.
So there's some vegetables. And then I think we may even revisit some of these things in the middle.
Okay.
Excellent. Do you want to try it before we sign off and see if they're edible? Fresh vegetables are so good.
People don't eat them enough.
It's amazing.
You want to eat what God makes, not something out of a package.
Well,
Mm-hmm.